Bismillah. What's popping, guys? Welcome to ZeerTalks and welcome to the match reaction for this result over here. العروبة صفر الهلال خمسة. Um, Before I begin, though, guys, you already know what to do. Subscribe and press the alarm bells for future content notifications. Slap the likes and comment to give me your thoughts on the game if you did watch, which I doubt anybody. Actually, maybe a couple of Saudi people that view me did. So if you are those who did watch the game, let me know what your thoughts are. Go check ZeerTalk socials, TikTok, Instagram, X. And inshallah, you're well and satisfied wherever you may be, inshallah, bi'idhnillah al-azim. I'm not gonna lie. I was watching this at my grandmother's house, Allah yarhamha, and I did watch the ending of the game as I got home from there. I will say this. Um, I actually thought that, like the title said, easy win to kick things off. I just thought that it was one of those games in which we brush off Al-Uruba and we move forward. Um, Simple. I mean, I don't even think Al-Uruba had any. Actually, they had a few opportunities, but nothing clear cut. Like it wasn't like they were one on one, dangerous area, and had Bona to make a crazy save, or the guy missed a crazy. Nah, it was just one of them ones. Whenever they had something like Koulibaly, and weirdly enough, Blay had it covered, and Bono would just pick up the ball, or they'd win the ball, and the game would just continue, or they'd continue to play, or start a new play, or something. It was just one of them ones, really. But I have to admit, though, guys, I'd be a fool to say, oh, Al Hilal were spectacular at the back. No, it was just one of those. Al Orobah weren't that good. By the way, Al Orobah, uh, they didn't even play Kurt Zuma. I don't know what happened to Kurt Zuma. Is Kurt Zuma like injured? Or was he in the was he even in the bench? Yeah, he wasn't even in the squad. Kurt Zuma. Yeah, I was, because I didn't see him in the game. I was like, whoa, like they didn't even have the Boateng guy play. They had what's his name, Ismail Kandous, who's Maghrebi, but they didn't really have anybody. And they had a guy who used to be in Al Ahli called Ibrahim Al Zubaydi, but other than that, they didn't really have anybody. So yeah, and they had this goalkeeper, which this goalkeeper wasn't the best. His name is Koke or Koke. I don't know how you say his name, but yeah, I listen. He had a lot to do, to be fair to him, and I mean, to be honest, I actually think it could have potentially been a bit more if it wasn't for him. So yeah, like, how many shots did we have? We had 16 shots, but those 8 on target, he did actually take care of a few. How many saves did he have? No, actually, he had 2. I mean, those are on target. I mean, listen, it could have been a bit more. Put it that way. If we did make them save, them 2 saves. So it is what it is. Listen, man. I will say though, our forwards done a very good job. So I will say this: I thought Malcolm had a good game. I thought when Malcolm was Malcolm was on the right. Every time he received the ball, he'd immediately pick out a pass and would just make it. And also, what he'd do is he'd link up very well with whoever's there. I remember there was one goal, I believe Lodi scored it. The assist he gave to Lodi, actually beforehand, he actually linked up 1-2 with Leonardo. That was brilliant. He also made one insane over the top through ball for Lodi to assist Leonardo for one of his goals. I thought Malcolm was spectacular. I thought Ruben Neves standard spectacular performance. I'm with Milinkovic Savic better from him, but I think he can do more personally. Um, and by the way, no, Malcolm was on the left. He was on the sorry, he wasn't on the right. He was on the right in the second half, but in the first half he was on the left because Gahtani was on the right. I just remembered. By the way, Gahtani, I actually thought Gahtani was trying to make things happen. He even won a penalty, and there was an incident in the first half. First half, he could have even got a goal, but for some weird reason, he and Leonardo they had this confusion. So Leonardo would take the shot, or at least he would attempt to take a shot, and you'd have basically Gahtani also trying to take a shot, and Leonardo's behind him. So as he's taking the shot, he accidentally kicks Gahtani's foot So then Gahtani can't take the shot, and he also falls off. It was one of them things that's just jarring to see, but hey, it is what it is, man. If it was in a bigger game, I would have held them more accountable. But because we won, it is. Yeah, I mean, whatever. You get me. Um, Speaking of Gahtani, he did win a pen, as I mentioned, and Ruben Neves took it away. Brilliant. Fantastic. That was actually a nice penalty as well. I imagine if he stayed on the pitch against Al Ittihad and took a penalty, he probably could have scored one of those that certain man missed, can, but or Leonardo or Malcolm. But we move. Anyway, Leonardo, I'm not gonna lie. I think Leonardo needs to be a bit more clinical. Clinical. I know he scored 2 goals, but I'd be a liar if I told you that he was not clinical enough. But you know what? He scored 2 goals. Happy days. I hope he keeps on scoring more goals because the more he scores, with the more chances that he gets, and it helps us, then I have no complaints. But or the less complaints I have, but the more it affects us, I'm gonna have more complaints. Put it that way. Until Mitrovic is back. So including this game, Mitrovic is gonna be missing. Was supposed to be missing 4. So now 3 more games missing is Mitrovic. I would assume. I thought Nasser Dosri was missing in midfield. I know that we won 5-0 and we looked up, but that first half we didn't even look at our best. We only looked better in the second half, in my opinion, which is typical of Al Hilal. Not gonna lie, but yeah, I think part of the reason was Nasser Dosri. I thought Nasser Dosri was not as good today. I'm not be real. Lodi, listen, he scored. But when he scored and he assisted, I have to be real though. Yeah, when he scored and he did this, I'm like, brother, لا تهايط صراحة. مفروض نبيعك. Which I said, by the way, in Arabic, like, don't chat shit. We're supposed to sell you. Like, seriously. Like, this guy, I still don't think he's good enough. I'm glad Mut'ab al-Harbi came on. And when he came on, I mean, listen, no, I mean, nothing much happened from him. But I'm just glad he got his opportunity. I just wish he started. I actually wish he started. I wish Ruben Neves, even though he did score a pen and he did help contribute in some of the goals that we scored, I feel like if we subbed him off, it would have been better just to manage his minutes. But instead, he decided to sub off Milinkovic Savic, which, to be fair, fine. Because again, I think he can perform better. And listen, if you're going to sub off a guy based on merit or the opposite, vice versa, then I mean, Savic being subbed, fair enough. I think Gahtani should have stayed though. I think Gahtani should have stayed, but you know what it is? It's one of them in which, I mean, Mut'ab al-Harbi came on, and it was just, so what was it? Mut'ab al-Harbi came, he went left back, and then Lodi pushed forward, I believe, because Kennu then came on midfield. Yeah, and then so Nasser al-Dosri was pushing more forward. Oh, no, wait. No, Lodi pushed more forward, and that's where Lodi got his goals and assists. There you go. I don't know why I got them mixed up. Yeah, Lodi pushed more up forward. Listen, I mean, when Lodi pushed forward in the second half, he looked better than what he did in the first half. I will say that. And then you had, obviously, the other sub. Khalid Ghannam, he came on for Lodi afterwards. I mean, I didn't see much of Ghannam. It's just one of those he got given an opportunity. Hamad Al-Yami came on for Cancelo. By the way, I thought Cancelo was done pretty decent today. Not much faults in him today, I'll be real. And then Hamdan came on towards the end for Savic. Nothing happened with Hamdan. It's one of them ones. So yeah, listen, overall, good performance, but there are some faults and there are some things that can be improved upon for the coming games in the future, inshallah. Who do we play next? We play Al Fath, and then Al Wahda, and then who else? Oh, and then we have a game with Qadsiya at in Dammam. So listen, man, I'm gonna tell you guys something. And by the way, Qadsiya are right at the moment in the top 4, and they're playing a game as we speak. What's their game? Oh, they're losing 2-0 against Ta'awan. That's crazy, and they're home. Well, that's peak. But yeah, listen, just need to pick up more points, and hopefully, inshallah, the Ittihad drop. But I just don't see them dropping points at all. Listen, I'm a huge believer, when it comes to football at least, in momentum. I feel like Al Ittihad will have the momentum to win the league, man. I listen. If they start dropping points, great. But I can see us dropping points too. So let's see what happens, inshallah. That we fix things up. But as of right now, yeah, man. Listen, as much as I say it's easy to beat Al-Orobah didn't even look good. You get me? I mean, when I'm talking about Blay not even playing that bad, you know what's up, bro. You get me? And by the way, Blay even scored a header, which, by the way, that cross from Savage was beautiful. I'm not even gonna lie. Um, and yeah, listen, it's one of them. By the way, I will say though, I was talking about Gahtani winning a penalty and fair play to him. I don't know if that's a penalty. Low key, I think it's very soft. So listen, man, the narrative within the mantakhab, you know, all right, here is going to be that الهلال دافعين وتحكيم yeah, that's what they're gonna start saying. Anyway, you know what to do, guys. By the way, this entire time I didn't even put this. You already know what to do, guys. Subscribe, press the alarm bells, future content notifications, like, and comment your way. Also, tell me who's your man of the match if you did watch. My man of the match, I'll just give it to Malcolm. I thought Malcolm was spectacular. Generally, I thought Malcolm was spectacular today. I'll be disingenuous not to give it to him. And listen, guys, you already know what to do. Go check ZeerTalks socials. And inshallah, you're well and satisfied wherever you may be. Now I'm going to bounce. شوفكم على خير.